inviting me to your 10th BID birthday parties to Scotland. A special thanks to Ian Davidson Porter and to Ross Martin. We are always looking to Scotland when we are discussing about European BIDs in Germany, since the first conference I have arranged in Hamburg in 2009, where we had the BID manager from the BID Inverness in Scotland with us. And I learned quite a lot about the BID in Aberdeen today. So I like to explain what we are doing in Germany with our business improvement districts, neighborhood improvement districts, and housing improvement districts. And as it has already been mentioned, I work for the Association of German Chambers of Commerce and Industry in Germany, and the task of the German chambers is to inform about the instrument of BIDs, to help to initiate BID processes and to accompany BIDs. And we have this formal task in our BID laws, and my task is to coordinate all the things the chambers, the regional chambers are doing there in the 30 running BID processes. So I'd like to structure my speech in 3 parts. First of all, I'd like to explain what do we mean when we are talking about neighborhood improvement districts. The second part will be to show you a use case of a neighborhood improvement district from Hamburg. And in the third part, I'd like to focus on the great questions we are discussing in our business and neighborhood improvement districts today because of the big digital and demographic changes we have in our districts. But first of all, against lingual confusion, I apologize my bad English. I'd like to say that when we are talking about business improvement districts, we are talking about an urban planning instrument for inner city areas to attract and revitalize them. And we have housing improvement districts for residential districts, and I think that's what you mean when we are talking about a neighborhood improvement districts, and we have working improvement districts as well for the industrial sites. Our projects are driven by 4 main partners. It is the property owners who start the initiatives. It is the property companies when you're looking for neighborhood improvement districts. It is the city and municipality, which is in every hour of our projects in the BID board. And when the initiative comes to a good start, it is a commissioned agency who transform all the idea in the future BID district. So in short terms, at first we have the initiative of the property owners, which could be a small initiative one, and they are confronted with trading down effects in their district. That could be dirty streets or old shrubbery, ideal places for hiding rats or mice, and they get together and build the initiative. And they inform all the owner in their future district, which could be a street, or it could be a square, or it could be just the district, a bigger district as well. And in that kind of phase, the CCI, the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, often organize an information event for all the owners, and they are discussing the idea of building up a neighborhood improvement area. And if not more than 15% of the, or if more than, not, if you have more than 15% of the owners who vote for it in this period of time, very at the beginning, and say, yes, we want to start a neighborhood improvement district, then they write a request to the city and inform the city, and the city has then 4 main tasks. The first one, as I already mentioned, is to be part of the NIT board. The second one is to prove their concept for revitalization, their district, the measures and financial concept. The third one is to inform all the owners in the future districts again, and then we have a second vote. That means that if not more than 30% of the owners, and it's only the owners who could vote against it, the future neighborhood improvement district is installed by the city by law. It is a regional law. And the fourth task of the city then is write duty notices to the owners. Our neighborhood improvement districts are only financed by the owners. We have no funding program in Germany. There are some states who give a little bit money to the bid as well, but they are not much. Most of the initiatives runs only by the money from the owners, and then when the city has carried the money, it gave the money directly to the commissioned agencies so that they can implement all the measures in the surrounding. And what could it be? It could be urban design, like new sidewalks. It could be marketing activities or a cleaner and safer surrounding. And I, excuse me for that slide, which is in German, but I think it's clear enough to explain that we differ between infrastructure measures, where the city is responsible for and no bid or NID or housing improvement district is paying for, like traffic signals broken or build up a street or a sidewalk that are tasks of the city, and we pay all of us high taxes for it. But the bid or the NID or the NID is doing measures on top of it. If you want to have a nicer sidewalk, a better lighting, or if you want to have a cleaner street, then these are measures for the NID. In Germany, we have 16 federal states, and the dark blue printed federal states from the north to the south are those with bid laws and NID laws and housing improvement districts laws at the moment. And we have one special law exclusive for housing improvement district in the city of Hamburg, which is here with the red bubbles. And I will show you now the use case for this neighborhood improvement district, which is in a large housing estate district, which has been built up at the end of the 16th, at the beginning of the 70s. And we have a special structure there because we have the large Hamburgian housing companies. We have 23 registered cooperatives. We have 300 owners of residential apartments and 20 cooperative and private building companies. So all of them have to come together and decide, yes, we want to start this project, and that needs a bit of time. And when I arrived here this morning, I just discussed that everybody has to be a bit patient with the processes. It doesn't go from one day to another. And their project starts in 2007, and it is established by the city law on the 1st December on 2012. Every of our projects have a sunset clause, so maximum period of times is 5 years, and in this neighborhood improvement district, they decide to have measures for 5 years till the 13th of November in 2017, so they are in the middle of the time. They decide to redesign their central axis and install a district marketing, and they decide for a sustainable cleaning and maintenance. So that's how it looks like before they started. It was old shrubbery, as I said, it was graffiti, it was the things for bicycles are damaged and damaged banks, and you don't see any people on the street. So the people prefer to rest in their apartments, and they don't go out and use their district for themselves, and that's the goal from the neighborhood improvement district here, to change it, to make it a more friendly and a warm and welcome atmosphere. So they redesign the sidewalks, that take away the old shrubbery and bring out avenues and plants, and decide to open it for different users, like jogging and cycling for families, or even for older people to sit on the banks and be in a space which is very comfortable for them. It is not without difficulties. They are organizing a dialogue during all the whole part of the time, and as I already mentioned, they are at the middle. Even to change the image of the district, to make clear not only inside their district but also in the city of Hamburg that their district has changed in a good way, and it is a warm and welcome atmosphere there, and you should move or be there, and because it's such a beautiful place. As I already said, but I jump through it, we have 30 running projects at the moment, and you can read it afterwards. And I come to the third part of my speech. We in Germany, we are faced, as I already said, by the great digital and demographic changes, and they ask us if we want to keep our inner city areas or our district areas as attractive as there has been, to search for new forms to develop them. And one of a good example of a business improvement district, it comes from the city of Bremen, which is in the north of Germany. And they decide, apart from the main street, to install urban gardening projects, which means that they rebuild up gardens every 6 weeks. That means in springtime they have at that square an African garden, in summertime they have a beach and a sand pit, and in autumn they install a French garden, and the people love to come there because you can go to the city and do your shopping, and you can take a rest and look around and what's happening just around the corner, and it is a great success. Why are we engaging us so much in inner city areas? And this is my last slide in German. I excuse myself. It is from our CCI report of trade, which we are doing every year, and it is from last year. And what you can see is that more than 15% of our trades on books, children's toys, and sporting articles are done by online. And that means that our inner city areas are very confronted by this revolution, because the people don't go so often in cities any longer. We did another big research and survey about 60,000 consumers in 60 cities last year, and all over the big, small, and medium-sized cities all over Germany, the consumers said that they don't go so often in inner city areas anymore, and it is 20% of the consumers who said that. So we have a great discussion. Could you help me? Doesn't go forward. Okay. how could we develop strategies to attract the real marketplaces for the virtual reality? How could the neighborhood improvement district or the business improvement district be so interesting for the people to come back to their district and to town and to do their shopping there? And one good examples come from the city of Gießen, which is really in the middle of Germany with 80,000 inhabitants. And they has developed several tools to attract the people to come back to town with an interactive homepage as platform and hub. You can walk through the stores online and offline, and they implement a touristic app. And they are very active in social media as well. And another example for a good touristic app is from the city of Flensburg, which is in Danish and German and English as well. The second example I'd like to focus on comes from Hamburg, where the Bitneuer Wall has developed, together with the United Parcel Service, a one-stop delivery agency in the street to carry all the parcels who are coming to the street for the consumers, but even for the shops. And they carry it by a bicycle courier and taking the parcels to the shops and to the consumers, and it's a great success as well. And another city, this one is the one where I like to invite you all at the end of my speech, is the city of Wuppertal, where we organize our next big BIT Congress in Germany on the 15th and 16th September. And it is an old industrial town, and it has take the chance to let all the artists, philosophers, and scientists to let them tell their story about their city. And the people love to come and look around. It's like an open museum, and you can watch that on YouTube as well. The last example I'd like to focus on comes from a neighborhood improvement district in the city of Saarbrücken, which is in the southwest of Germany. And it is not in the inner city area, it is very residential district, which is not as attractive as the inner city area, and which is confronted with industrial, with the thing that the industry has gone away. And so they are searching for new ways to develop themselves and use the 80 different nationalities who are living there in this district and who has worked for the old industry there. And they have developed a market strategy, which said that every 2 weeks they have a different market. They start with an Arabian market and have a French market and go on. And it is very attractive. Even the people from the inner city area are going there now to discover their markets. So, thank you very much for your attention. I hope I have given you an overview about the things we are doing in Germany, and I invite you, as I said, for the 15th and 16th of September to come to our BIT Congress, and if you have any further questions, I'm curious to hear. Thank you.